and frag a bit harder and focus on that crosshair a bit more, but Crimbo's the one to do so here. You can hear faveN tracking them.
Julies for this here as well, so 30 bullets of doom here.
Crimbo set up to receive, and he's got really the perfect weapon for the job. They're going to come and test him. Holds his nerve, holds his aim, jiggles, not yet in sync. 2 confirmed short.
It's weird to swing him now, right? Knowing he has the Julies, he can just keep spamming, so they have to be careful about this. He's actually granted them a lot of space by dropping back. You also have tabseN on another pair of Julies, but he's locking down middle here. Note the smoke and the flash for faveN, depending on where that comes out. Well, there's the flash forward. A execute starting to come together now, but still taking their time.
Yeah, but now across. Bomb not yet there yet. Inters to get it through. Crimbo still being kept a lid on. Finally deals with Hobbit, getting frustrated now as he's still got 14 bullets in the mag, and tabseN's Julies have struck as well. tabseN a double, Axile alone, and no bullets. Wow, Big Clan just winning the war of attrition there.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And staying in limbo with those Julies, right? That's key, because it means a lot more of the attention from the rotators coming in from Big can just focus towards top crane. I think something we need to point out here is the fact that this is the map choice of Big, and they have been granted the CT side start. Players have opted to take this to the offensive here. Maybe that has something to do with how it ended yesterday on Ancient. You had 3 players who were absolutely missing. They're on the side of a Milk Carton, Nafny, Axile, and of course Inters were just nowhere to be seen during that matchup, and the Riders get across the line. And this, we need to point out the ramifications of another player's loss or a big win, because there's only 4 teams truly in contention for this group after what we've seen from godsEN and the Party Astronauts. Liquid have been looking hot to trot. Movistar Riders showing they're no slouch, and then it's down to players and Big here as well. So when we shake everything out on Sunday, matches like this are going to be worth their weight in gold. So it is important for players here to convert a game like this.
I'm sure that's been spelled out for them over the course of like the evening. Axile and Inters just would, no spoilers here or invasion of privacy, but they just were displeased at dinner, is all I'll say.
Yeah, I can only imagine. That third map, just not getting anything done.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and 3 players. Normally it's, one guy, he's not getting any shots. 3 players just couldn't get anything going. And on this force buy, they've already taken some chip damage. tabseN in no man's land does take down Hobbit.
I do like it when a CT opts to go early sandbags, because it's only going to add more fuel to the you need to molly this every round. Here they come. Pop Flash is going to be in sync, is it? A bit ahead of the pack, though. Good find from Axile. He's opened up the site, goes for the wide swing. Will draw crosshairs and draw blood. Nearly a double. syrsoN Scout does live on thanks to the extinguish. Retreat available for, or rather 3 versus 3. Now the bomb approaching, elevator smoked, and a safe, uncontestable plant.
They should flash and go here. They've taken too long, so there is a 3-on-3 now. The bomb not getting planted. Blinds up, tabseN with 1.
Yeah, that's perfect. Shiro didn't get a chance to play. And they're up over. Oh, not bad. Great catch. Nafny strikes.
Panicking now. They think they're defusing.
Yeah, they are nervous. And walking in on it. They've got so much time for this. They can probably exploit a miss shot from syrsoN. faveN's done the damage, and they're around. Big Clan weather another storm on A. And I know I'm using that analogy twice in back-to-back rounds, but that's kind of what players are trying to create here. It smokes, it's slow, it's constant, it's a lot of pressure, but it is, at this time, dealt with.
Yeah, and here's the thing. With like the second round of the game for both teams, you don't have all the utility you're going to see once we get to the full gun rounds, right? It's not all the ramps, smokes, and mollies coming in, the HEs to dissuade. It's a little bit more through bullets here. So well handled by Big there. I thought once they got into that 3-on-3, it could have been all over Red Rover. But the flash forward to initiate with the tabseN frag, that was huge. And a buyback from players again. I think they realize they can just win one early. Can start to amount a couple of rounds here against the German side.
Well, watch out though, syrsoN's got his AWP out. I'm a big fan of the syrsoN flick. You remember a syrsoN flick. Not going to be getting anything early. Instead dispatched towards short. I wonder how pushy he gets. Nafny's walking on up. In fact, we name a smoke after this man from his progressions up this ramp.
Yeah, tabseN needs to be aware that this is a possibility, right? You can see how far he is up already, minute 28, and he's kind of under the crosshair of tabseN right now. Okay, well, this definitely signals that they are in quite an offensive position on the ramp. And, well, not thrusting themselves forward big. They're just limping out utility, happy to chip away, try and stall them out. Don't give them a free kill. Force them to actually take the fight before you have any action.
And we haven't really tuned into B Watch yet, but that was just a little update for you that faveN's going to be responsible for that. And you get Axile and Hobbit posturing to keep him on his toes.
So that smoke here, this one should be bouncing off the back wall and landing on the stairs. And well timed as well. We got about 45-second mark on the clock. They're going to try and boost up. And This just allows Faven to continue to play passive. It seems like it's a ruse towards B. Like I can see the bomb on nafany floating back towards A here. You've got tabseN up close mid. Faven will probably have to be that fourth man rotating over to help. Utility left over. There's a molly, a smoke, a couple of flashes for the CTs to defend with, but this is very, very slow stuff from players here. 20 seconds now.
Lads, they're going to have to commit A, so syrsoN to be run down and tabseN to receive on site. Oh, they walk in.
Is the round over already?
Yeah, it is. I think so. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. syrsoN's happy to collect. They can't get in the bomb. They're going to lose everyone. Oh.
Time probably.
He's going to try and survive, hide in plain sight, just using the smoke to just dash through, and does go down after time. Okay.
A player's having like an identity crisis right now, and I'm not trying to make a joke there by any means. I just mean like in their approach to the game. It's been 3 rounds. They've attempted to go A. They force sport in 2 consecutive rounds. The first force buy was at least a little bit close, but this is so uninspired. Nobody took any action. Did we even see them take a single fight across the map before they were executing at 20 seconds? I don't think so. Yeah, shake of the head, because what the bloody hell is going on early? This is just all sorts here. I think a timeout has been called, and it has indeed. Just to maybe say, boys, look, we got to win the games. We've seen what happens in the other groups.
What do you think? Yeah, like I mean, let's not point fingers in no directions, but like where is the pointy part of their spear gone?
I don't know. It seems very dull. It doesn't seem threatening at all. Like, nafany would normally, you know, be running up and getting some fights. Players would want to fight him around the smokes, yeah. and nobody wants to give him a fight right there. They're just happy to allow syrsoN to posture with that AWP. Still very early days, right? Only 3 rounds, but already I mean, I don't know. A couple of things to notch on the board to worry about.
When was the last time you saw Shiro absolutely losing his
3 rounds into a game? Definitely not,
never,
right?
Never.
Now some aggression.
Yeah. The syrsoN could completely expel this. Now, this is a bit of a risk to be doing against Tech Knights and Armor. You can just run down, your AWP falls into enemy hands, and Shiro pops off. So,
we're going to re-smoke this.
Yeah.
The reload coming.
Oh, no, this could go so wrong. Just like that, the AWP is on the floor. tabseN's giving him an M4. And Crimbo's going to have to save him. Now, they don't have Kevlar, but they do have that Shiro AWP, as we discussed. syrsoN going a bit over-aggressive, feeling himself after the 3-0. And run down. Good finds on the Tech Knights.
Pressure now, and there you go. Starting to give away a couple of kills here. tabseN's dead. Just one more on the side to find, and he steps into the same line. Too easy. Okay, well, that's a gift from the gods right there. I think that's going to, you know, get you back in the game in a big way.
I'm chuckling just because the amount of times, you know, I thought it was just a matchmaking exclusive when you you haven't been keeping track too much of what your opponent's going to be buying. And you end up going for the first aggressive maneuver against the Tech Nines. That always just feels like a bit of a whoopsie. But I mean, I imagine it was calculated. It's not like Big Clan are going to let their finger off of the pulse of what's coming their way. It's
one of the things as well, like when you're spamming smokes and you're reloading behind them, it's so dangerous, right? Yeah. That's why you always want to keep a couple residual. You never want to be going for the reload in the open like that, because that is what caused the push. As soon as you hear the reload, like, oh, okay,
we've got
window of opportunity now, actually. Push on through. syrsoN, if he misses, well, you see what happens. We can't, it's not a Gatling gun, you know, he takes a shot, he's going to have to bolt. And 3-1 now, and that one, yeah, that might sting a little bit.
That's the remedy. That is the bloody, a horrible death. But that is the remedy for success, right? I mean, for the last round, Inter's died after time with $300 in his pocket. What does he leave with? An M4. You know, that is just immediate resuscitation. We get to keep players head above water now, and it's going to be Big Clan that have to kind of stomach an awkward buy.
Yeah, the ramifications of that round loss are huge. This should have likely been a 4-0, you know, stretching your legs, you're having a good time, you're in premium economy, you've been upgraded, the boss likes you, and now you're going, oh, hold up a second, I'm back in cattle class, and we're having to do a 3-man boost to find something cheeky early. Oh, and they will. That is cheeky. See you later, nafany. Crimbo pivoting on the head there to grab the opener, and if they can bounce another one back here big, that will fire up the squadron. I'm sure NK will be getting loud.
Yeah.
Now they're ahead of this smoke, right? So that's meant to operate as a bit of a one-way there that lands on out. The CTs can come play behind it and peer down ramp, but it also is just slowing them, scaling up further now with those jiggles that we saw on their, I guess, their first force buy. This never works.
No, I've never seen it pay off. And Crimbo being very audacious to pull it out against players. These boys are very well-ironed Vertigo flight pathers.
If they just swing ramp, it's fine. But if they come up short, you're in so much strife. It's very rare you know, they're unable to come up through that avenue. But as I just mentioned, they did go for a 4-man jiggle up ramp before. So here they come. They're not accounting for this.
At the moment, no. When does he choose to strike?
Oh, now would be good. That flash was great.
Catch, great catch. Kimbo waiting, baiting, completely baiting. And cleared. Good find from Inters. Sends him down 51 floors. Good denial, though. The bomb play on. Cancelled as syrsoN knows where the last remains, and it's only syrsoN on the scout, so this should be a formality. All right, good recovery. Triple kill out of syrsoN, so he's had a double into a triple with the AWP from syrsoN, and that has put his team on the board and really just quickly dismissed Big Clan's chances of a dominant defensive start.
Yeah, really curious there from Crimbo. Once that flash came in and his teammate was already fighting, I guess he was attempting to be the safety net. All right, you know, I'll make sure I get the double kill once they enter the site, but he just classically overcooked the pooch here. And his booty going to be sticking out. Inters just rips that one off. And way too easy, you're right. syrsoN wants that AWPs in his hand, the impact being felt, and now we have the human centipede.
Except I don't think they're going to be having too much fun, as they didn't in the movie.
No.
Yeah.
There's that and Teeth. Those movies, if you're into some strange stuff, guys, I don't recommend it for your kids.
Teeth. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, that was popular at school.
What a great start for Big that has just gone horribly wrong by their own errors.
So quick. I mean, I don't know if it's just them either. Like, this has just been like 5 rounds of Counter-Strike where we've been tracking, like with the tally chart, the unforced errors.
How's he got 2? They've done well here to get 2 kills of their own of Big. Now, if they can grab that AK, yes. Good saves. Get on out, boys. We like the AWP. We like the AK. They're pretty good tchotchkes to take home.
Yeah, Tizian's probably... Or rather, I suppose syrsoN's happy that Tizian's got his AWP back. That was the last round that syrsoN gets to kill him with his own AWP.
Say tchotchke.
Tchotchke?
Sounds fun to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what a tchotchke is.
It's like a knick-knack.
Oh, cool. Tchotchke.
I learned it from an American when I was working at a metal festival doing merchandise, and he was like the rep for the festival. And we were talking about, like chains or maybe pins or like a bottle opener or whatever, and he labeled them as tchotchkes. I thought that was quite...
Ah, it's borrowed from Yiddish and is ultimately Slavic in origin.
Oh, okay.
It's a small bric-a-brac.
A bric-a-brac.
That's an alternative that we use in England. I'm guessing we stole that from the French.
All right, well, we're learning today.
Yeah, bric-a-brac, yeah, it is.
Where do you keep your tchotchkes? Do you keep
Victorian
it
era.
in a little jar? Maybe you put your tchotchkes in a little box. Maybe they're just on your desk. Where are your tchotchkes?
Decorative teacup, for example. That's the example we were given.
Never been big on collecting the china.
All right.
Here we go. It is Gunnies. And nafny getting a little bit funny. Double stack in mid right there, actually. Okay.
Yeah, and it pays off. Like, syrsoN's tried it a couple of times, this time with friends.
Better with friends.
It's always better with friends. And he's managed to get himself a nice opening kill with the AWP that's still in play ever since that second round. syrsoN has purchased his second, brought a second into the fray, and tabseN responsible for short. There will be a deep Molotov. He'll exchange with the smoke, and smoke lasts a little longer, so short control maintained in the exchange. Time. Now, I don't think they're ever going to fall victim to the clock in the same way they did in their awkward starting.
Axel's still parked over towards B here, and Faven's giving him nothing, right? I've just been looking at this on the radar as both of them just been chilling. Haven't been doing a whole lot, but at least they know there's no B info or aggression. And now with nafny's forward position here, they can start to softly execute and see what they can bait out. There's still enough time for a 2-pronged attack.
I'm short, no one's looking. Why is no one? How has he struck such a chord, such a gap? Oh, good damage from tabseN. He reacts with a double of his own, and that's a good pickup as well. syrsoN ready for the short swing. I guess they just left it open. Round does conclude. Did
you see that right there as well? The way that players went to execute onto the site was they threw that running smoke off of the beam, and that one goes further into elevated room. It's something that I wish teams would do more on Vertigo, right? It's something that I know Kassad had his 100 Thieves boys doing.
As opposed to kind of the left and right side of site box.
So susceptible to spam and nades, right? Whereas if you get that deep elevator smoke in, you already have some presence short, you've mollied it, you've spammed it, you make sure nobody's close in that corridor, you molly headshot, not, maybe you get a smoke heaven or you get a molly heaven as well, or sniper nest, whatever you want to call it, you can take a lot more space and it's less suffocating. You're not sitting there worried about getting spammed through. You're not having to... So it's just a way that, well, I think, you know, it would be better for teams to see them using that time and time again, but a cheeky way there to facilitate syrsoN. And we were talking about this yesterday in the Party Astronauts game. I don't think we saw as much of it as what was necessary, but in this game it would be key. Setting up your AWPers to find openings. When you have an AWPer that can hit shots, right? I know that sounds silly. Everyone's AWPer should be able to hit shots, but the mandatory kill like that, it's great. Now, this is about to get spicy.
Bro, tabseN is hard committed to this. His responsibility is middle, and he's just going to assume he can exploit the expectation. Knocks off the head. syrsoN catches him on the retreat, but mission accomplished. It's 2 for 1 trade.
That feels huge already.
Yeah, mission, I don't want to say accomplished. This is totally recoverable, but tabseN, he backs himself. He backs his aim, and he gets a double.
Another push here. So they've already got forklift room as well. tabseN should be good in another weird position. They're not going to expect this. That has been 3 of the kills on an angle. Make it 4 that they're not even ready for.
Oh, man, big. I truly believe the conversation was, let's get under these boys' skin. If they're giving you all that space, you know, what did we say when we were talking about players yesterday with Movistar Riders is that they give you so much respect. You can kind of start laying down the disrespect.
Yeah. Well, playing your own game and then some, right? Yeah. That from tabseN right there. If you get 1 and done, that's great, right? That's great. But you, oh, they're gonna maybe the lineup here for syrsoN. 1 and trade. Great stuff from Crimbo. They keep 3 alive and starting to heat up right now. And you consider this, I feel like Big should have already had 6, you know? I feel like they should have been up to a massive lead. But if this continues to trend in this direction, you can see why they picked the map here. It's going to be the second timeout called from Groove. Yeah, just angles you're not ready for. That 3rd kill came in at 1:15. So really just understanding what they're up against here. Great stuff from Big.
Center yourselves, find some degree of peace. And, you know, it's going to be really, really hard for players, I think. I'd imagine that the mental side of Counter-Strike is going to be tested more than it's ever been tested before.
Oh, for sure.
And, you know, it is an individual basis. You really do just have to kind of win the battle in your own head to reset after what was a terrible day. And you could, if you start confirming in your head, oh, it's happening again, or this is permanent, this is bigger, I have to resolve this, you know, you can just spiral. So I do hope that we see players at least with the best foot forward. Now, Hobbit has decided on taking some initiative. He wants to try and show the team just how effective they can be, even on the light bikes. They've got enough util to facilitate a Hobbit entry. And he, is trying to, walk the flames. He's burning down. That was nearly the 100-0. Couldn't track it. They don't have Kevlar or anyone else. So already, talking of mental, this one's going to be a bit of a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? There are almost entire utility sets to deal with that little lurky play there with that smoke now, right? In the beginning, it was hard. People didn't know what to throw. Now you see what we had from NIP the other day where they'd throw the block smoke that would land down the bottom. You can double molly. You can even start spamming through from different angles as opposed to playing over the top of the scaff. Oh, that's a bit of a flub from syrsoN. And here they come with the A ramp creep again. So tucking into a bit more of a retake setup on A right now, and they can afford to do this. There's no qualms here with this setup, knowing you have mollies, you have smokes, you have flashes for the retake, and you have the opening kill.
Enters, takes a hawk bullet to the side. Oh, wow, good contribution, but the bomb plant cancelled. Axel's still a threat. For a second, he's gone down, and yeah, just a couple of clocks with no armor. And Hobbit, the one who unfortunately burnt almost all of his health. 85 damage done by the flames, and it was tabseN's molly and tabseN's bullet that concludes the round. That's 4 frags from him in that round, keeping a track on the scores on the doors. He definitely looks like he's having a very good Pro League, a very good Pro League group statistically. Top of the scoreboard again, and he was head and shoulders above the rest in their game just yesterday. Up against the Astronauts.
He's a very good player. He's been a very good player for a long time. Yeah, and the thing is, I think when it was obviously with the Zentara situation or the Gate situation, there's a bit more lag in communication. That's where you've seen him affected a little bit more. But now it's the native tongue. It's the Deutsch. No problems there. And look, if syrsoN can play at 80% of his level and tabseN can play at 80% of his level, you're onto something here. You're onto a winner, actually. You just need the rest of your teammates to start contributing. And I don't think we've seen exactly what Faven is going to be able to offer at this highest level yet, like at least consistently, right? He hasn't been in the team for very long. I'm keen to learn a bit more about Crimbo. This is about to get spicy for tabseN.
Oh, he's a dead man. Multiple targets. He nearly takes 2.
Look at the nades.
Oh, their health is completely shaken. And Big, they will not stir.
That angle's been adopted by tabseN a couple of times now, so it's quite clear that he's found something that he knows he can be very jarring, and it stalls them out in an awkward position too. So we're trying to reroute up short here. Good luck.
Definitely seems like Big have prioritized destabilizing the players' starts. tysion's forward angle, tabseN willing to go one and done.
Faven can flank from B here quite quickly as well. We don't need to keep tabs on it right now because we have the focus on the A side, but you can see that camera angle there showing that he can respond to things. There's a headshot molly. I think it's a little bit... tysion's should be fine. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, perfect. Some effective Molotov. Big clan, do they go? Or do
they're saving.
Leave? Yeah, they're actually going to give players the control.
Okay. I suppose the unconfirmed damage that's done to the likes of Hobbit, the chip damage done to syrsoN and Axel here, they're not to be awares, but didn't feel like they gave the tail end of that round the crack it probably deserved. So playing the long game here, we'll concede a fourth to players. Plenty of cash to splash, no dramas there. The loss bonus is the thing that would spur them on to a save like this, just knowing that they're bottom of the barrel. 1,400 injected into their accounts. Once this bomb goes off, 3, 2, 1. That's the official sound effect.
Lovely message to start off our day from Just Plowden. He says he's waking up and getting stuff done and tuning in to the ESL Pro League. It's bringing him some joy. He loves Sponge and Machine, and respect, man, because I do too.
Okay, yeah, all right. Thanks.
I just had this image of this dude waking up, popping us on his telly and folding his laundry, and we're like, "Good morning, mate." You know, I wanted it to be a good vibe for him, and now it is. So let's continue the adventure. Round 11.
Aggressive maneuver here.
I'm a sucker for an Aggie AWP mid.
They're looking to exploit Inters again here. If syrsoN can find him behind the Jenny,
it's going to be a tilter if you do get AWP like this. He's giving it up.
But that's enough space, right? If syrsoN decides to go for a clear, tysionN can actually creep across into ladder room. And then again, they can be operating to try and close the door towards A because players have only really gone A, Alex.
They have, yeah. I don't know if we've actually seen anything in any way or shape or form interesting outside of this part of the map. So I think players are really rolling it back to OG and Vertigo in a dink exchange. tabseN tries the same trick again. This is going to go horribly for Crimbo. Yeah, just like that, Inters punishes the open sight. And what was a save now again is a 4v3, this time with worse health. But they're going for something. A stop nade and a stack nade. Leaves him on 10 HP. Where's the spray? Where's the follow-up? Nothing. tysionN to flank.
He can be noisy, but that's it. I think it's
another one.
Maybe they consider it here. Maybe they're coming in.
Yeah, Faven does catch Axel on the side. The retake smoke is in. They're low. It's going to have to be syrsoN on it, I guess, unless syrsoN can be the bodyguard. Faven is just defusing.
He's just defusing, guys. He's defusing.
Did they not hear it?
I just think that the thing is, and this has happened to players a couple of times. Remember, I think it was it Mirage yesterday, where they took jungle control, and then Movistar Riders just diffused right under their nose? Like, it's happened to them a couple of times. I think they're like... only one of them spamming. Oh, no, make it 2. Yeah, okay. Cheeky.
Well, yeah, I mean...
criminal stuff Let
me put that in my pocket, and we'll bring that up for the desk, should we need it, if we keep talking about tilts, because just when it looked like players had managed to put it off, like this was about to really equalize the half, right? If you force Big to another 3-man save and you get 4 rifles back through the round, the bomb explodes, mission really does start feeling like a completed T side. You got 5 or 6, likely leads to 7.
And remember here, players decided to start on the T side of this. This is Big's choice.
Maybe they wanted to get out of the way?
And also I think it's like you get to set the tone of the game, right? As opposed to being dictated to, right? Seeing what they want to try and unravel. But yeah, it hasn't been the hottest of starts here. Now, things aren't out of control yet. Not by any means, not by any stretch of the imagination. It could start to get that way if Big continue to pack these rounds on. Nafany up to his usual tricks, and there you go. So that molly landing in the cusp of the smoke will get the extinguish.
I can't quite fathom tabseN's bravery here, considering that it is a 2-2-1 setup as it currently stands.
I think they're just expecting it to be mid or B at some point because they've only gone A.
Oh, Exile's going to only encourage them as catching tabseN on the swing.
I would still just go, eh?
Yeah, look at the space. No, not today. tabseN caught completely unawares, and unless syrsoN's feeling himself, what a quick flick. Stylish, but the round is concluded. Nafany makes that clear.
Yeah, players, by keeping it simple, have just outbrained Big. So they've gone, all right, surely, we're so deep in the game round. This is round number 12 now. They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to try B for sure. And then as soon as tabseN goes down, okay, you're piecing it together. Well, Faven's been the B anchor, tabseN's here too. Where's the gap? Well, it's tabseN standing there looking like a little bit of a tit, just caught on the A site in the open. And yeah, by players just not changing anything up, they secure themselves a simple round. It's just the crawl, just the creepy crawlers coming up the ramp. And
oh, Faven's going to get 2. No.
Yeah, 2 bullets to the head.
2 bullets to the head. Thank you, Chadney. Yay. 2 drums and a cymbal fall off of a cliff. Boom.
I see some issues for Big now, Alex.
I do too, and it does bode well for the adventure that we're about to go on. That is this best of 3. I thought, you know, I missed the script meeting.
Okay.
I did. I'll be honest. I made some assumptions about how the script read for today. Turns out, players and Big Clan has a couple of extra chapters I may have missed and not anticipated. It's not just the players tilting off the face of the planet storyline. It is, this game is very much a determining factor of who is going to be that 3rd name in the playoff list.
Yeah, I think that, especially with the Riders performing as they have, right? They can still lose the rest of their games, right? And Big can still after this win all of their games. Let's assume that they lose this one, and it can still get real funky, right? Big can't come the Sunday, but just
head-to-heads,
it's going to get awkward. Yeah,
it's going to get really, really fruity. And the Movistar Riders have already taken down players. If you're Big Clan, if you want to be in the Movistar Rider spot, you probably have to beat them too.
Yeah, that set the bar quite high, hasn't it? It's going to, oh, so wait, we're going to have to upset one of the favorites here as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this is actually really exciting for me. We get to see Faven tested. Okay, change.
Didn't they want to double nade him, though?
Okay.
Because they were looking towards default with those... Don't worry about the double nades. That's the entry in towards A.
Scrap that. Nafany's worked it out and tabseN another opening death as the first round.
No, it's going to be. You just have to. Oh, you just have to. You have to gamble right now if you're Big, right? Because you've been pressured at A so many times. You're in a number disadvantage. What do you do? You
gamble stack A?
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're starting to do.
Mid to B?
So now the fun and games is really whirring into action for Nafany.
He's switched on now. Oh, this is just... Okay, so
let's fast forward about 90 seconds if we could. Thank you, Judge.
You got any... Where's your fun fact book?
I left it in my room because I thought that, you know, this game...
Today was the day.
It's a serious vibe type of game. But I do have a fun fact for you.
Yeah?
And for any of the players listening, not the players in the server right now, any of the other players who are either going to be coming back to the hotel in the hotel right now, on the coffee machine, there's actually a second page. You hit the arrow down the bottom. Maybe, just maybe you want a hot chockey. They do. There's a hot chockey on there.
So glad you joined the hot chocolate revelation because I was introduced to something last night.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now this was after work. Everyone was no longer working. But have you ever put amaretto or like Di Serrano in hot chocolate?
I don't know what either of those two things are.
Okay, it's like an almond marzipan liqueur.
No, I can't say I have.
My God. Oh my goodness. It's
life-changing?
Like Christmas in a cup, Chad.
Oh.
I felt like all I was missing was a little bit of pumpkin spice.
What about Crimbo in the server?
Yeah, Crimbo in the server is cancelled.
So were the Christmas markets last year too.
Yeah. Oh, syrsoN loses his AWP as well. They are actually right about now really quite cream crackered. They've got
I got a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever like stepped in a puddle before in shoes? And it's you've really stuffed up. It's quite deep in the puddle.
Deeper than you anticipated.
Yeah, and then the socks are soaked and it's squidgy.
Yeah.
And you're not at home.
No.
And you have to put up with that for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and I always just start getting really paranoid that I'm going to be like a weird modern case of trench foot, and I'm going to be studied in some university. Okay,
well, trench foot may be a great way to label this here because I think that the Big have a bit of that right now. It just feels. Like it's just you want to change your socks. It's cold outside. You can't take your shoes off. It's not going to be a fun tail end of this first half for them by any means. And I really feel like they could have set themselves up for a massive bag. I feel like they could have had a 9 or 10 round haul. And now I think the players might even win the half, Alex.
They'd take that any day of the week, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think they would.
I still can't believe I just seeing Shiro shaking his head in disbelief round 3, and they have shaken off that that coating of doubt. Admittedly, I think Big Clan have kind of given them the way in again. Also, I don't know how critical I can be with Big Clan of integrating 2 new names so recently. There are going to be kinks, aren't there?
Yeah, I think the thing is, right, the addition of Favon was like, oh, they finally got him from Sprout.
Yeah.
That was the revelation with that, and he was meant to be the next big thing coming out of Germany, right? And there's still time. There's still time for that to come into fruition. Whereas Crimbo, I think, caught everybody off guard a little bit more so. Because I think Kido had been there for about 2 years. Him and syrsoN joined at the same time. It was in early 2020 before we moved completely online. And Crimbo was one that kind of, well, at least for the international Counter-Strike, you're thinking, oh, okay, this is a bit strange. They've just got the fragger they were looking for. They only needed to worry about changing one piece, but clearly something... Oh, there's the M4 gone. Clearly something they weren't happy with. syrsoN's going to pick that one up. Are they going to peer on over down the ladder? He'll get to hold on to it, so good stuff. You think, yeah, it's just one play you have to integrate and maybe get more firepower out of him, but apparently 2 changes was what the team thinks is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I also would love to just talk to the Big Clan management just to have the real kind of source of the issue. I reckon they probably set a goal for where Big Clan needs to occupy in the world standings, and I assume that these changes were fueled by that. You know, not content with being top 15, top 10. Now, Favon's going for the Mopos. No armor on his M4 and boosted up, so he can hopefully pull the trigger first. No aim punch required or punishable. And tabseN is doing everything for the squad. He's been like the last 3 opening deaths on ramp, and now he's the opening kill. He is laying his life on the line in pursuit of glory, and now it is a question of who will take the 8th, and Hobbit's adventures cut short as well.
Good setup. Seen that one. I think Complexity used to run something similar with like Poison at Sandbag, and Blame would play towards top ramp.
It's backing your individuals set up like that, working very well, and now they're going to go for another one from Complexity's playbook. Excuse me, tabseN, could you? Thank you. Crimbo's got some pretty good hops, leads to Axal's demise in a nice, safe dismount.
Well, 3 kills, where no trade potential there whatsoever. So great stuff from Big here to set themselves up for the half win. Just need to get the mandatory 2.
syrsoN knows there's been a flash and a nade on his nose, so he knows that short's the next objective. Now he's calling for a teammate flash as well, but it looks like it will be deployed towards ramp instead. Flash tabseN waits. syrsoN, you ballsy bastard! He goes straight through the flames just to ensure the frag is locked in, and now Inters has been thrust into a 1v4. I like it from syrsoN. It's calculated. He secured the victory. You can see his backpack, I think. A little bit of a radio poking out from under the box, but Inters, he's got 20 seconds and he's got 4 to find, so no fun for him. Smoke and Molly would have been nice to force some fights, but still can't kill him. Thank you. Knocks the radio off of tabseN's back, but Big Clan win the half. 8-7. I couldn't call it. You should let us know who you think is going to take it over on the social media stratosphere as we take a quick break and come on back to see if this Vertigo surprise pick from Big can pay off in their favor.
Hey guys, it's Robs. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on Vertigo B and how I prefer to anchor sometimes, and maybe you can implement it to your own playstyle. So on Vertigo B, if you want to play around the site and you're mostly alone, then you can just use this box here to get the information if they're coming up the stairs. And if they do, you want to use your smoke and save your smoke for that. You can just use your smoke like this. And they're just gonna buy you a lot of space, because you can, like, okay, they're coming, you're gonna fall back, and now you're buying time for your teammates to rotate, and they can always flash above the site here. You're just gonna play around the smoke, they might jump on top, and you just try to frag as much as you can. And the most important thing is that you just buy time, good way to hold B is when you have two people holding it, and one of them is playing around this general area, so he's gonna hide and hold wood if they can boost and jump on top of it, and you have your teammate around the site somewhere, just spotting down the info if they're coming up. If they execute and your teammate is telling that they're coming up, you can also use your smoke here. This is what I like to do sometimes. And you're basically blocking this whole area, and you can just hide here, you can jump on top of this, and you can, again, buy a lot of time. And by then, like, your teammates are going to be window, flashing above you, and you can just pick off all the guys here easily, and even fall back to quad, because if they molly it, it's going to obviously dissipate and come back. So if you want to play aggressive, I usually just play around wood, and I kind of try to capitalize on the timings. I'm feeling really comfortable here when I play, and sometimes I have a teammate right there holding a flash, which is gonna land like this. I'll show you now. I just go against this wall and I aim on this line, and it has to go between the stairs and the wood. So just about there. And this flash would land right down the stairs, and if you want, you can peek down with it. And just playing around the wood in general is a good way to be aggressive, and you can always fall back if needed to do so. Alright, that was it. These were some quite common setups on Vertigo B, and you'll probably see some teams using them in Pro League. But if you'd like, you can try them out, and you can tell me how they work on social media.
Thank you, Robs.
Tell him how they work on social media, guys.
I don't know. I hope you do.
Yeah, send him a tweet. He's a lovely guy, Robs. Got a big smile on his face.
I just like it when he smiles.
So does Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Oh?
No, not all been smiles. It's not all been sunshine and rainbows for either of these squads. I think they've gone through the entire spectrum of human emotion over the course of one half of Counter.
The first 4 rounds were pretty curious indeed, but we are now setting our sights at an inseparable half. Let's see how the second fares, as there is util out for Big. Couple of flashes, couple of smokes, a molly in play, a bit of early traction, and that one there is soaring through the skies towards B.
Yeah, I wonder if that causes an early rotate. It does. Inter's early to respect the smoke. It means that the defense is going to be very, very barren on A. Nafany might call back for backup. He hears them now. Hobbit has to react, and we are going to have space. A cool idea.
It has to be a retake A right now. They should be able to plant this bomb as long as they get past Nafany.
Yeah, he decides he's going to make things difficult. Good click onto syrsoN. That's the bomb on tabseN, so he doesn't want to overcommit with this. Where's his teammate? tiziaN's supposed to clear. That's the flash. That's not the frag Nafany was looking for, but now site clear. Inter's good click. Hobbit there as well. Oh, look at these USPs. They all connect. It's just Inters and Hobbit shrugging their shoulders and fragging up a storm, a furrowed brow on Nafany. He is here to play.
That's actually the most important kill that Nafany got, because it completely stopped the push. Nobody wanted to risk it. You're right, tabseN had the bomb. He didn't want to push and lose it. The rest of the team were off doing their silly smokes and fakes, and well, the CTs can rotate and respond in time and then just absolutely pepper them apart. You can hear these USPs just popping off in unison.
Yeah, Inter's hit a really nice pair of frags there, and Nafany exploding as he knows that that's going to put them with a knee up, a little leg up into the second half of our first map. Big Clan's pick, worth reminding you, Vertigo, picked by the Big Clan boys. This is normally and has typically been a domain that we consider to be a player's map. Yeah,
you saw in the graphic as well in the pre-game that Yanko, Kassad and Trace were doing, that the last 3 series these teams have played against each other, there's not been a single map won by Big. So, yeah, Dust 2 was a map that they consistently lost against them, right? It's a map that we normally talk about Big being one of their best, and the fact that players are able to handily deal with that is an issue. It makes the map pool seem a whole lot smaller when you can't pick your best. Now, over towards B with a tower of clocks, the run boost in, and this would be good for Axile. Get him some confidence up here. The Famous, it's going to get, well, 3. And then the USP with 2. That's an ace, but it's an eco bash. So if you're excited about that, you're like me. You like the eeks.
I think Axel probably really did need the Eeks, as you've put it. That's going to accelerate him up to the top of the scoreboard with 16, adding a nice juicy 5 frag haul in one single round, just massacring them. You can see what they went for, though, in terms of the run boost. The idea being that he draws Axel's crosshair so wide on one side that the frag can happen in his blind spot and his peripheral. But it didn't quite work out. Hobbit's lining up some util. Looks like it might be the NIP smoke. I wanted to see if it was.
Looks like it, yeah. I can show you. Oh,
it's bugged.
Oh.
That's a real...
yeah, his has fallen through the floor. So hasn't achieved what they were hoping for. I can show you how to throw that one if you want, Alex.
Yes, please, because I saw the lineup on Hampus and it looked like doable. You know, you just stand there and left click.
What I do is I go look at the door frame. There's a splotch on the wall. I line it up with.
Door frame splotch.
After the splotch.
Oh. Did they hear that?
They surely must have. Inters is on
looking.
high alert.
Oh, Tizian. I felt like he had just like a lot of unconfirmed map control, but I think that single lick of the flame has cancelled that whole exciting prospect.
Which is, the gap of a lifetime gone before your very eyes.
They definitely heard it. I mean, in one way, I suppose it's mission accomplished because it's pulled Axel completely into a mid-clear. He doesn't really like what that implied, so they've gone looking for answers. They might find more than they bargained for if he keeps pushing, if he ends up flanking, but...
Yeah, well, he can just keep going now, can't he? Inters is just trying to block smoke at B as well, so he might get spotted on the ladder here. That's why he's hanging to the right. Timing.
Okay, guys, I have the entire round. He gets the AWP first. Crimbo's faffing around with his rifle, and Axel, another high-impact round. They're trying to run into his sight, but Inters is here for the fight. Double from Inters. Big collapsing here. And there's not a single frag back. There is nothing. No signs of life from Big 2 rounds in.
I really like that from Axel, the aggressive maneuver, right? He tends to just sit back and let the game come to him. But I think some of the issues with this team is there's not enough playmakers, right? We know Nafany's a playmaker, but this is great. This is beautiful stuff. Look at this double kill. It's completely unraveled the round before it even gets started. So really, really good stuff now as players get up to the double digis.
Digimon.
You can count that on 2 hands, everybody.
Oh, there's the tutorial for you. That was actually...
They're doing this from a different position.
Yeah. And
only slightly, though.
It's worked. There we go.
Maybe Hampus is a little bit more convoluted.
Yeah. Ooh, lovely word too. Tizian gonna walk in and lose his head in approximately 3, 2, 1. Down goes Tizzy.
Yeah, well counted there, Alex.
Thank you. I've been working on my counting.
This is a little bit of a lurky smoke here that Crimbo's gonna throw. I guess he's not gonna throw it. It tries to assist in alleviating pressure towards the heaven position, but he's going to do it more as a fake. Now, Hobbit's here, Axel's here, Inters is here. Sounds like more than enough players who are here, and yeah, there they go. Going to light up the scoreboard, chipping away as Axel. I just think after Ancient yesterday, you're gonna want to just get back in it and really unleash the beast.
You know, I hadn't even made that connection for some reason, but you're right. Axel was one of the candidates, and he's never one of the candidates.
No, it was honestly that entire Ancient game was 2 players. It was just Shiro and Hobbit.
Yeah. I suppose that makes sense why they were in dismay yesterday.
How long? I was going to say how long is Nafany going to hold on to his MP9, but they've opted to get the AWP out right now, so he'll be into an M4 at this juncture. So no more worries about the P shooter. Do you know who got a Bison clip yesterday? And Rush is like the only Bison clip that Rush can even reference. Smooya got a Bison clip. This team against Smooya's squad he's playing for, they rush B, they didn't clear sandbag, and Smooya gets 4 kills. But Rush is using that to justify his Bison purchases.
But does he think he's going to get 4 kills with it?
If Rush gets 4 kills on a gun round with a Bison, I'll never say anything again.
Deal. 100% deal. You shouldn't have told him that, because now he's
only going to buy the Bison.
He's got a purpose now.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. No, that's fine, actually. More kills for me.
He gets to try and beat out Axel. Now, I wouldn't, you know, if there was our tier list, I think it's probably Buster, Axel, then Faven. Let's see if Faven can actually change my mind. I can see this off angle he's living in, and that's a nice find from Axel. Bring in the fight. Faven was very passive on B. Axel's going to remain a constant information drip for his team. He's just killed B, and it's going to actually force more bodies to go in and try and acknowledge it. This time, no Axel flank. The round's not over before they reach the site. Krembo's going to be arriving late through middle.
The issue is they have a ramp control, so they can play 2 mid.
Yeah, good point. Well made. Touché. Voulez-vous.
Sisqua.
Bloody hell, Chad. Good find from Crimbo. C'est soir?
Oh, Moulin Rouge, I thought you were going...
Yeah, c'est soir. I don't know, man, because this is still not looking tickety-boo. That's a big, big frag from Tizian. Pun absolutely not intended. They just chose a bad name. Shiro's a dead man. Great catch. Tizian's completely booked him. Now Nafany from the stairs. This could still go wrong.
I think he's been heard here.
Yeah, I think that was a loud step, and the smoke implies as such he can wrap this. Oh, yeah, he could get a good vision here. tabseN just has to stand still. He can win the oh, and a lovely sound cue to ward them in. Needed that. That's the first T round we've seen from the German squad. It took us 5 rounds, but now they post it. That is 9-11. Quick look at the scores on the doors. tabseN still head and shoulders above the rest. Almost 10 frags separating tabseN from the rest of the squad. Haven't got like enough players from Big Clan yet online. This was a highly impactful Tizian double that has enabled them to post their first round. It can't just be tabseN though. You can see that he's going to get you your closing pair, but there has to be someone else to kick down that door. And yes, frustrations are high. Frustrations clearly high.
Yeah, higher than I think we've maybe ever seen them, to be quite honest with you. But there's another Axel opener. Let's see if they can convert this time around. Faven is, yeah, he's not having a great time over there being the B lobby lurk, is he? tabseN's going to have to try and claw something back. Nafany's hearing a lot of this, and if he wants to pivot, he has to worry about the orb. Apparently, you don't have to pivot, because syrsoN's got those keen eagle eyes. He caught you through the tarpaulin.
Tarpaulin? You can understand why we started calling it tarp, right? If you're working with a tarpaulin, you probably call it a tarpaulin to your colleagues 3 times before you're like, mate, pass us the tarp.
You only do that in like trade school, and then after that, you get a bit more slangy. There's so many weird names for tools. Like I don't know if this is universal.
What did you call? Like, what was the funniest?
Shovel was called a banjo.
Probably because it's a lot of fun to say, yo, you see my banjo? It's a lot more fun than saying, have you seen my shovel?
Yeah. Well, A-exec.
This is actually potentially...
Axel's here, flashing forward, flashing forward.
Yeah, it's in the hands. And he's just going to catch the... Oh! That's an Orky Momo! I can't believe it. I feel so justified and vindicated. Even the pros do it.
My heart stopped.
Even the pros do it, Chad. It's fine. He had a silencer, oopsie. Oh... Oh, we can just say we're like Axel. He's got 23 frags in a pro match, boys. You are just the same kind of player as him.
Oh my golly gosh.
Players are humans too.
My giddy aunt.
Oh, whoa. And he actually couldn't have got a better timing, by the way. Like it was like 2 players with nades pulled, and tabseN was looking the wrong way.
Can we play that round again, please?
Yeah, can we just have a replay, folks? And now Hobbit might even lose his white rifle. Lovely position to put himself in.
Now listen, Axel, don't kill Faven at the start of the round, because that seems to be the key to big success. So next round, don't kill him at the start, and we'll see what happens. That one, it's physical pain.
No, if you're Axel, you just want to grab the banjo and dig yourself an early grave, don't you? You just want to grab the banjo, dig 6 feet deep, and hop in.
Oh, that one really quite hurts, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen that before. I haven't seen that before. Look at this wallbang. He's such a great B geek. Faven didn't even get to see him.
2 geeky kills. Those are the 2 openers. Both geek lord stuff right there.
Yeah, it is. Now let's have a look at Axel. Here it comes. So, yeah.
I take it back. I take it back. Oh, no.
Oh, you're just like Axel, chat. It's fine.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. Okay, well. Moments before disaster. Things I wish I could unsee.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh. Okay, all right.
Group C.
Double digis.
Map 1. Day 462. And
He's across!
Faven's not dead in it. Oh! But, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. They're actually going to try and punish Axel here. I guess they want to tilt him off the face of the planet, so... Oh, Axel handles business on the first. Crimbo keeps it interesting. A well-tracked shot into does not finish with the nade just yet. Could do. One right back.
Look at this space at A, though. This is so punishing. tabseN is just going to slink on in.
This is great. Now, Hobbit boosted up. That's not a common pre-aim. Oh, he is pre-aiming. No, back turn. syrsoN's not going to trade. There is a shot missed. Well-placed nade. Doing a lot here, Hobbit. Great Molotov. Now, that stops a lot of the funny business in that gap and could enable faveN to get the bomb down uncontested. So 3-on-3 retake required into through the elevator. syrsoN, as the Overwatch, as the smoke fades, he will hit a great shot. Hobbit, probably the more threatening of the bunch, gone.
Have to consider a save. Yeah, that's 3 consecutive rounds, and that is so insane. Both, actually, in all 3, the first 2 was against faveN. In this one here, it was against tzyzYN. But Axile has opened up the last 3 rounds consecutively, and they have lost those rounds. And I know this was different because there was more trading, but the number advantage have been in the player's favor for the 3 gun rounds that Big have been able to consolidate. So this is curious scenes here.
Terrorists win. Ooh, finances bleak. 46 for Hobbit. We're going to get inters on the M4.
That's the last timeout.
That wasn't the last. Yeah, so Groove is on the mic.
Yeah, this has happened very quickly. And in the early stages, like I was saying in the first half, I thought Big could have gotten more CT-sided rounds here. And now, well, sure, the silencer moment, it really helped them out, but they are clawing their way back into this.
You know, and I'm sure we've over-dramatized it. Could have easily just been an Axile headshot and he immediately dinked in return, you know, 1-for-1. It's not like it was the rounder, but it could. It's all of the unknowns, the unfathomable, the we'll never knows that came with that moment. Now at 11-11, someone would tell you to make a wish.
Well, it's got legs to it.
Certainly does. And so does Rushley. Haven't shouted him out. Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Had his birthday yesterday. I believe he's 28
or 9.
And Axile being faveN again. He's going to nearly take 2. Thank God Crimbo's there. But again, Chad,
4th time the charm.
That's the 4th opening frag from Axile. Can there be 1 player's conversion? More promising now with Crimbo's departure.
Well, he might catch them here through the... Oh, he might catch them just through the metal here. tabseN pokes his head up, and he's going to go on down. I thought that was going to go against them regardless. So Inters is lucky to scratch his way through that. This has to be a player's round. It has to be. There's no way past it.
I mean, there's only one way in which this doesn't end with players taking a round, and this isn't it, actually. Nafany.
That's the I'm coming mating call, right? You know, you're making it quite, you know, you're jiggling around the barrel. I'm on my way.
Here comes.
I'm on my way.
It does betray us more often than we may realize, that long AWP barrel. And syrso's quite the opposite. Perfect line, deep into the stairs.
Which animal do you think has the longest snoz?
I reckon
29.
Congratulations. Happy birthday for yesterday, Rushley. I didn't say anything in the social media stratosphere. I hope that doesn't imply that I don't care about you.
It invalidates your friendship, actually.
Yeah. He did observe the other map.
Yeah.
He could have had so many opportunities. I acknowledge that you were born 29 years ago.
He'll get over it.
Yeah.
So anyway, animal with the longest snoz.
Probably
an anteater?
Narwhal.
It's not real.
Narwhals are real, bro.
Don't get me like the Kevin McAllister thing, you're right.
This isn't a Kevin McAllister thing. Narwhals are real. They use it. It's like a really overgrown tooth. They're like the real unicorns of the sea, Chad. Don't shake your head at me. Narwhals are a real thing. Chat, tell him. And I'll tell you about this round while he's actually Googling it, bro. Look at them. Oh, shit. Yeah. Reality just slapped you in the face, didn't it? Like a cold bucket of water, Birchall. I know Kevin McAllister, I trolled you a little bit. We do a little trolling. Narwhals.
I don't know if it's a nose, though. Yeah, more of a horn.
An overgrown tooth, yeah. All right, fair. What about those monkeys with the big, flaccid noses?
Are they bonobos?
But no. Hobbit. Down and out. 4 CTs remain as they are fully gathered here. So the full big clan commit here. We get to see the smokes lined up. syrso trying to... Oh, yes. No. That smoke has to be used to extinguish. Nafany run down. The pace of this is better for Big. Could still go wrong. No bomb plant. No real setup smokes, and oof, great nade. Inter's just cut Faven down to size, but the bomb now down, and a question remains. Will they go? Yes, they will. Axel arrives and lays down the law. What a transfer into both of them, and there's nearly another.
Shot from Faven,
yeah,
though.
but damn, Faven was 50 HP. That could have been a 1 to the head.
He can flash for Tizzy in here when the smoke starts to fade. There's the frag.
There's the frag. Calls it clear. Shiro in the 1v1. Faven, a lot of pressure on the new kid. It's a fake. It's a fake. And he gets the information safely. Tuck in, tuck in. And now the mission is complete. Big Clan will make it a 12th, but hard fought. And you can hear how much it means to them. Does he survive? I thought he was going to go time it to perfection. It's just not possible.
Yeah, I think the low HP.
Yeah.
And
like I was thinking, like, you know, if he just time it to perfection,
Geronimo
bomb explodes, he lives with 1 HP, and we reset.
Yeah, he gets grabbed out of the sky.
Yeah, exactly. Saved by the calculation strafe.
Well, both teams have broken buys right now. Famus's and Galil seem to make up the lion's share, and syrsoN is going to be into a scout, so Shiro has the biggest of the Scopy boys, and that was a nice little play there. Axel almost made it doable. Back into the thick of things early. nafany on the prowl. He's been able to get himself some ramp space. Now, do they really want to risk one of these M4s? They only have 2. Oh, Shiro's actually taking a tag, so syrsoN strikes first with that scout. They've blocked them from heading towards A, right? So making sure they can't mount scaffolding means that they only have to channel into one angle, which they've actually removed that angle, and the head of tabseN right there. That one is going to really sting.
Big leg up into the round, and to find one back. Hobbit somehow makes that FAMAS sing. Where did syrsoN's weapon go?
Yeah, that... I think he was trying to get the tabseN AK, right? So he's dropped the scout so he can get on in here to scoop that up, but spending a lot of time finding it, has now got it, and oh, they still need to break nafany and Shiro, who are both playing this scaff position.
I mean, this does... I mean, there's a potential for mag, and... Yeah, real problem. Real problem. Real problem. syrsoN has just opened up the A site, and
he got the AWP.
What a swing! 4 versus 3 becomes 2v3.
I feel like they have to save again, though. Like how do you go for this? 2,400 loss bonus into the next tier?
They're not going to get caught out by an Axel ramp again, are they?
Maybe not. Well, that one is done.
I just wanted to see where Inter's smoke lineup goes, because it was a bit different to the one I normally see.
Was it Crane?
It's just a retake smoke, I think.
Yeah,
where is it?
Crane. There you
Crane?
go,
Oh, okay.
flying around.
You.
But Big, back in the lead. And look, in the last, where are we looking here, 6 rounds of play, they've won 5. So this half has been absolutely spun on its head right now. Keeping a lid on things as well. Right, I'm trying to be a fly on a wall when we can hear those comms, just to listen, right? Just to try and gauge the emotions, where it's at, who's talking a lot. And this one here, you know, a couple of misses from Shiro. He knew that he had to fight, but that's great. syrsoN showing that he is dynamic. Yeah, and every Orpo in particular, when on the rifle, will have such a firm grasp of when you've successfully baited a shot. He hears the first, he's still alive. He hears the second, he's still alive. That has to be his kill. He makes the progressions, he knows there's a window, and he jumps straight through it. NK, you can see the coach of Big Clan is having a very heated debate with tabseN. Understandably so, because right now with the loss bonus where it was at coming into this round, this should be Big's 14th. It's likely just to be a couple of upgraded pistols and the one saved M4. That's all they need to get past here. This is your best opportunity right now to get yourself up to 14. So have that chat, make sure everybody's on the same page, and execute with perfection, because players, they're starting to falter here. Yeah, this could be it. You lose your 14th, you keep everyone alive, you got funds to force the 50th, 16th. Eventually. This one's the gimme. You can see an alternate approach from Faven. Now, he hasn't been having the most fun up against Axel's Behold, and they've gone forward to mid to B, so there is a huge opportunity to walk into the A site for free. Yeah, so the real question is here, how long do Big take, right? Because the longer they take, the chance for players to push or rotate comes on in. Now, they would have to do it silently, because we know how this map plays out, Big would be able to hear everything going on above them. But right now, combing through. Favor not home. Rotation now starting to cheat over. This Hobbit flash and go, this is everything for players.
tabseN catching one just ahead of that move. nafany trying to actually get info back. Oh, tabseN could get caught out here. Did he get spotted? I think they did. They spotted him out. And that's the end of nafany's 5-7 potency.
Hobbit's flash has already been used.
Yeah.
So,
so much info. You saw that Inters caught a glimpse of at least 2 towards the sandbag side. So I guess Inters wants to keep hold of what he brought into this. He's already heading to mid to save.
Yeah, and they need it, right? Because going into this next round, it's 2,900. They'll have enough to purchase, but it's not done just yet, right? There's still a real opportunity for them to keep themselves in this game. Ancient coming up next. I almost feel like we're guaranteed to get ourselves a 3-map affair here for the opener of our Friday. But if players continue to have some of these wobbles, we saw it happen yesterday. It's definitely possible here. This would be... Look, we haven't had G2. We haven't had Vitality. Outsiders didn't make it. Could you imagine if we don't get players as well?
I mean, I can totally imagine a world like that just by virtue of how the other groups have gone.
Yeah, it's more so I guess we don't want to.
Don't want to live in that world, man. But, I mean, it's always a case of, especially when the round-robin best-of-3s, those first couple of days, those results will come back and haunt you. You have to, but it sounds so stupid, doesn't it, when you boil it down? But you just have to beat everyone that's in front of you.
Yeah.
But it's just not how it works out. Big Clan coming in with a very threatening Vertigo pick. They have picked it up against the players and now are 2 rounds away from converting the punish. I'm looking forward to hearing what the desk has to say in review of this. And that is going to be coming up straight after the conclusion here. You got Trace, Stunner, Sorrenthus, Cassard and YNK. Big brains to be picked, and nafany looking for his 10th frag to pick up. Drops a defensive delay smoke on the corner, but...
Keeps dropping, right? This has happened to them a few times, either with the set throw or on the fly, and that's not what you're trying to gain. Now the sound...
Wow.
Oh my lord.
What a find from syrsoN. That, I don't think I've seen that all too often. At least not as quickly and effectively as that. Axel just caught as he exposed himself to the util flash.
That's one of those moments where just with the X-ray you can see what's about to happen. Like it's the car crash that goes in slow motion. Yeah, you're witnessing it and you just know. Oh, and now you know it's about to get very, very tough for players here to defend in round 27.
So what's the dream scenario? You know there's going to be someone who has to rotate into B with the absence of Axel. So do you want to just commit to it or sell it? It looks like it is going to be the former.
The thing is, nafany's poking forward here. So if he clears out, they can still rotate Hobbit back in time. Shiro won't be able to respond. He's stuck at sandbag, and actually, nafany's parked the bus. So Inters, this is all on you, my friend. Your smoke, your molly, it has to do it all.
Inters to try and save players. Extinguish, nade. They know he's there. 50 HP and staring into the grave. Void.
Flash for him.
That'll do nicely. Double nades. There's already 2 smokes up as well. Nice find from Hobbit.
Time's an issue.
Has to save them now, and he has got the bomb loose again. Oh my god, 9 seconds. Crimbo, move. Pick it up. 4. Bodyguard down. tysseN saves the round. tysseN has saved. No,
he hasn't.
Denied by nafany in the last second. Good god, that was close.
Oh.
I thought tysseN had done enough, but nafany was sprinting the whole time from a ramp push. And with 1 second to spare, I would hazard a guess less than a second in that, Chad.
That is crazy. That Molotov that was thrown on top site is why it got so awkward, because even if they wanted to plant the bomb, they couldn't get it down. So, yeah, Hobbit's done an awful lot in that situation. Oh, they've kept themselves alive, but only just. And this is the opener, right? This is with the X-ray. You can see this was coming, just walking straight in. The perfect weapon for the job. Ah, dearie me. Okay, well, we are back underway right now. nafany's already towards top ramp. Axel trying his luck over towards B. A big nade right there.
Oh, look at the damage.
Tons of damage.
Chipped away. 3 members of Big Clan now within that 1-shot M4 headshot. No more will we have a dink exchange favoring that of the AK.
And maybe more importantly for Shiro's UMP as well. This is going to help him out a lot in some of these fights. And they might have to use him over towards shore on this crane position, ready to take contact early. You can't sit back and play retake with the UMP. So some more proactive play ahead here as Big are bearing their sights down on the A bomb site. This molly combo could be great. Unleashed it. It's going to segregate the pack. It's actually going to thrust all of them forward.
50 seconds as they re-smoke short. Hobbit caught one elsewhere. And there was tabseN to fall down as well, which is the leader of the big clan pack. 40 seconds and they are just congregating into a stack. This is such a luxury for players. They get to set everyone up. Nightmare to clear now. syrsoN's low HP and likely going to
that's nice.
Yeah, damn. Hobbit actually with the boost finds the AWPer. And they've only got 25 seconds now. Actively fighting, little bit of util, the biggest of flash pushes. Faven and tabseN make it interesting. What a shot out of Crimbo. Faven plants. Axal thrust into an impossible 1 versus 3, and he will throw in the towel. It looked very sketchy there for Big Clan.
Oh, that shot that Crimbo gets onto nafany, right? He was just spamming through over towards the short position and gets them one back there. If he didn't get that kill, Hobbit had the one from topside on a syrsoN, and then it would have been a 3-on-5 situation. So that was a very, very important kill to get, and then they just exploded, and it still caught the players off guard. So Big are the first to 15 here, and you consider where the finances are at right now. 2,400 is the loss bonus into the next. Axal could drop an M4. That is looking like it's going to be it. And it's not the first time players have had to operate with lion's share of FAMI, and they're going to have to do that again. Look at this one. Cheeky little off angle here by Hobbit. Not an expected clear by any means, but how much does Hobbit have to do to try and keep his team in it? And then the segregation, left side smoke, isolate the short fight, come on in. Faven hits a big one onto Hobbit, and then Crimbo, he wins the round with that kill right there. Great stuff from the young gun.
And it's a deeper smoke on left side. It does mean that if you're an elevator and you want to contribute, Crimbo has your line, has your ticket. So frustrations mount. And 2 rounds, 2 opportunities for Big Clan to finish it here in regulation.
Feels like the best opportunity, doesn't it?
This is the best opportunity. Good God, look how light their util's going to be. If you just don't die in the first 20 seconds, you're going to have such an advantage.
Precisely. Precisely when you look at the smokes throughout.
Oh, I mean, I was talking to Big Clan, but nafany is the first candidate. So low. Oh. Nice find. Shiro bails them out of trouble, and nafany has caught them out. What? 10 HP. tabseN completely booked by the avant-garde maneuver.
Have to take some space, right? They have to take something back. They know this is happening, and Shiro repositions but goes on down. The dink, it's not enough. Looks like they can start to set up and play in limbo in this mid position right now. Faven can join the tail of the pack with the bomb.
Doing it again?
Not again. nafany, you criminal!
That's so naughty. He had 10 HP for all 3 of his SMG frags, and that's the power of positioning, folks. We said this was their best opportunity, and it's been squandered. Faven knows Inter's his left side, does he? No, I'm not even sure if he's ready for that. Yeah, Inter's MP9, good for it. Pound for pound, they shred through with just the SMGs, and what a contrast from the round prior.
Oh, dear.
Big Clan, I mean, that's one that's going to perhaps lead us straight to overtime. You've went with all the bells, the whistles, the AWPs, the mollies, and all it takes is a little bit of magic from nafany. Look at him breaking all the rules. Big Clan, how German of them. They expected him to follow the rules.
Yeah, well, he crossed the road when the light was red. There's no cars coming. Yeah. So he survived.
Exactly.
Yeah, funny that. Oh, okay.
Oh, goddamn. Hobbit gets a double. Faven's kept it level. Welcome to the last round of regulation, folks. It's already deep. We're in a 3v3 mid-round with syrsoN walking through a smoke into Shiro. Everyone is throwing caution to the wind here, trying to find a little bit of a nafany timing.
It's the 2 newer additions here. 2-on-3 situation for the 2 of them to get this done. It's not going to be an easy task.
But this is very cool. You get to see Crimbo and Faven partner up, demonstrate value directly to their more experienced colleagues. Now, they must know a flank is coming. There is a timer on their progression before they have to worry about ramp. And they've beaten it. Now Shiro's playing a very passive line, and he will ward them off. They know where he is, they know there's a flank potentially. And that's perfect from nafany. Couldn't ask for more. Completes his objective, denies the plant. And Faven, I assume, was spotted short with Shiro, so first good crosshair placement. He'd love another fight before that bomb, and he's got 30 seconds to find it. Oh no.
Didn't even fake it.
Fake, but it doesn't stop. Oh, caught out and saved by the AWP. We go to overtime. 15-15. So much to play for here. This is Group C. Players already with a blip on the record. They have to convert up against Big. And the pocket pick of Vertigo goes to OT.
We have Groove as a coach for 100%. I mean, he gonna focus on his role. Now I think he gonna do more. I don't know, to be honest. He did already a lot for us. Now I think he gonna do even more, and of course it's gonna help a lot, and we need it right now.
NK is now our coach. Like 4 months ago, he changed us a bit, I would say. We are now more structured and we have like a more healthier plan outside of the game, and he's also more calm than the other ones, I would say, and he's also pushing us to the limit than before. So he's doing a quite good job, I would say, yeah.
Strap in, folks, we're off to overtime, and only on the first map of this series. So we are getting your afternoon started on a Friday with everything you need. Good Counter-Strike. We got the Germans on one side with 2 new names, and they do seem to be starting to demonstrate a whole lot of threatening presence in the serve. Admittedly, hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. Big, I think, are victims to unforced errors as much as players have.
Yeah, it's hard to see how Big win this one now. Their T side was very flat. There was multiple rounds in a row where Axel gets the opening kill, and then Big were fortunate enough to pick it up. And if that continues, it's not going to continue to fall in their favor. So let's see.
Yeah, we need to see a little bit more convincing out of this T side from Big Clan. Nafany ratting smokes. He's gotten away with it once or twice on an SMG.
Notice late as well, when it was crunch time, that he started to get a bit more pep in his step with how much aggression he was bringing to the table and starting to find some impact. They needed that.
Now, you know, Nafany pushing ramp smokes is not going to be a surprise. Big have watched the demo. They know what he likes to do on this map, and syrsoN's pre-fires make that clear.
Well, straight back towards B here, and this is looking good for players now. Axel and Inters both over towards the B bomb site now. Axel's having a great game here.
I think Inters has switched on to this.
And Hoppert's also pushing mid. So, oh, that may have been heard. It was.
A horrible death for Faven to stomach, and Tizian's just gone down in mid. All right, tabseN's just decided he's got to take off the gloves. Bare knuckle boxing his way into B. This time I do this all on my own. Everyone in front of him and everyone to retake the site. I don't feel like syrsoN's going to walk that bomb in on his own. He's going to count on a boost to peek over this, and it's going to enable Shiro for...
well, it's a big gap.
Huge gap. Cancel that. Flash is there, and shots are connecting. Scary stuff. It's going to fade. 2v3. Nafany eventually is going to arrive on the stairs. Their bomb's now down. So much pressure on that B stairs player.
Just making noise right now to keep them glued towards these positions. You can see Nafany starting to activate.
Oh, great catch. All onto Crimbo now, and 3, too easy to retake the site. Players will recover. tabseN, I mean, you know, I really do. I don't know if I was, you know, over-romanticizing it, but it does seem like it was just a case of, all right, I'll do everything I can. And when tabseN comes online, he does get 2 frags and a bomb plant out of it, just not enough with the absence of contribution from his teammates. Favored a nasty death. That crouch release killed him. Like, it's actually, I don't know whether it was forced by a shot through the boards, but he straight up just accidentally slipped the finger off the crouch. His head came up, and Inters immediately lined up an instant wallbang headshot.
Yeah, and this was good by nafany as well. The fact that his 2 teammates were stranded behind smokes, he just waited until that faded. This is one of the things, you know, that, look, obviously at the lower levels of Counter-Strike, people don't account for, but when something's smoked, they're going to be glued on the other position. There's an opener. Quick from syrsoN. nafany, the hero of last round, in an early grave. Nades back either way. Molly's going to hold Shiro for more fights. tabseN, well, he's doing what you said he does. He's taking some space.
When he must. Opens up onto Shiro, no less. I like that. tabseN's just cleared ramp. Never mind. Yeah. He's taking a leaf out of the I'll just do it all on my own book.
He shouldn't have got away with that, but that's the thing. He's having that type of game that you're talking about here, so he's just destroyed them. He's just absolutely destroyed them because he was going up solo, right? And there was so much contact there. There was the mid walk, there was obviously presence elsewhere, and he just gets 2 kills from absolutely nowhere. So great stuff from tabseN. If that's the way they win rounds, then maybe they can win this game. This was the opener. Peeking before the smoke blooms. nafany getting a bit cheeky with it. Shiro not ready for that aggression, and then this over the top of the one-way, right? Hobbit doing the cheeky top ramp one-way there. So good stuff from tabseN, leading by example.
Yeah, let's see if they can replicate it. 2 on the T side would be such a big win for Big. They are struggling to close out on their T side in regulation, and now, well, 1-1. Let's see if they can win another one. Same flight path, tabseN trying to walk on in and
doing his best nafany impression.
Yeah, Shiro though doesn't let that go. Quick public beheading.
Well, there's the UCAN opener gone, so now you're going to have to do it with, well, I don't know, I was going to say a knife, but maybe a fork and a spoon.
Or a spork. Now, we all saw that trajectory. It could still mean there's someone there, but we'll operate under the assumption that it's not occupied. I can't believe how many feet are planted away from A, given how much is committed here. Obviously no answers, no information. You're hearing one throwing a lot of nades and steps. And we are seeing Hobbit cheat back over, so it does come down to just hitting some crazy shots. Shiro posted up in a passive line.
There's still smokes here to go for a full site execute, and they are baiting out more utility as every second whittles off the clock here, so you can see them lining up the nades now, but Hobbit's here with nafany to lock down short.
He wants a flash. He gets one. One was anti. tabseN, good for it. Experience prevails. Playing anti-flash immediately contributes a double. Now this boost, they've been pulling it off successfully. Won't be able to contest the plant if tabseN gets it down, which he has. 3v3 retake. Big Clan, they're close now. This is half of the battle to getting a second round on the board here in overtime. MR3.
Inters has some util here. There's one flash. tabseN not going to activate, just going to look for a peek. Time, bomb halfway gone. Yeah,
big find from tabseN. He's actually winning this round on his own here. 3 frags does go down, silenced by Inters. No smoke after that one. Careful now. syrsoN really was overextending a little. Time sensitive. They just have to stop the defuse, and they will. 17, and listen to what that means to them. They know hard part may have just been dealt with. You've got to convert, but you've got yourself the leg up. You are once again in control of this game. Yeah,
a bit more fired up there than towards the tail end of regulation, right? I think in there they knew that they could have closed it, but here, now that it's on like Donkey Kong, yeah, great stuff from tabseN, really. The impact there, especially after losing tabseN early. And then this, right? The flash helped him then set up on that line. If he was just sitting in the bomb box, he would have had to have worried about just little slight jiggles. So the flash to enable him to get a deeper line. But here we go, CT side. nafany up to his usual tricks.
Yeah, it's posted up. syrsoN's responsible for it.
Well, they know now.
Okay, looks like syrsoN's about to have a very hot and steamy welcome.
He can jump on the railing and play over this smoke.
That's if they don't spray, nade, I mean, they know they're so close to an opening kill here. Bang. Oh, that's the AWPer just gone by nades alone. Very committed position, but a one-way betrays them. Good chance on the multi. tabseN kills Crimbo, and that leaves them really up the creek without the paddle. It's up to tzyzYan again to try and be the hero, and he's rocking the M4A4. He's about to roll back the years. Who needs a silencer when you've just got a loud and proud M4 down now, and that's the round concluded.
Yeah,
something as simple as that.
The thing with that play right there, they're trying to regress top ramp, and the spacing, it's very tight, and I think they're both trying to take advantage of that one-way smoke there, or Crimbo wants to be close to make sure he trades off of tabseN, but actually he just, you know, makes this so difficult. It makes it so difficult.
Excuse me, yeah.
And I get it. He's trying to swing. He's trying to swing because tabseN's in a fight, but it's cost them a lot there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there are unforced errors all over the shop. All square, all even. Big Clan's pick.
Ancient next.
Ancient next. God, strap me in for Ancient. They are progressing, and I can't help but feel that syrsoN is going to have to worry about the scaff wide swing eventually, no? Is that not anyone's responsibility?
That molly's just faded, right? So they have to know now they need to pivot back, but they're staying very forward, very stubborn on this.
Oh, it's an absolute massacre. Hobbit takes 2 ramp holders down in the same amount of seconds, and that will propel them into a man advantage on the site. tzyzYan has to cheat Faven the same. That could have been it. That could have been the round right there. Big Clan, gotta hold on now. Crimbo has to deliver. And Crimbo spraying into the smoke for a double, puts the bomb on the floor, nearly enters as well. May not expect tzyzYan, maybe. They won't expect tzyzYan. Now he's got the bomb and the 1v2. Crimbo and tzyzYan combining for a 2v4. He gets the double. The new kid on the block, and with 20 seconds, he knows Axel has to plan A.
Oh, this is a great play. If tzyzYan gets across towards Sandbag, I feel like he's won the round just by positioning alone.
Unless Axel hits the strafe and plants backside. Oh, smoke. Oh.
Fake? You can't fake, there's no time!
Oh, you hit the shot. tzyzYan and Crimbo, what a recovery for Big Clan. The German side feeling themselves. Crimbo, a big high-impact round. He had 3 players in front of him in that smoke, and he takes 2 and the round.
Jeez, yeah, impact felt there in a big way. This was Hobbit's double opener. This is a 3-on-5 from the very beginning, right? And then Crimbo gets this. I think that Faven goes down during this spray, and then the round, it just disintegrates here for that of players. tzyzYan with a very good heads-up maneuver there late. And starting to feel, what can they do right, really, players? You get the 2 openings and you still can't convert it. Just one more now for Big. They've been here before.
I can't believe they recovered from that beautiful Hobbit double. Watching it in the replay, you just thought that's like round ending. Oh, they are hiding from Nafny's pre-aim.
It's one of those things you want to do it when there's a tell. If you just stay with your head up the entire time, we've seen how easy it is. Like, I think Furia showed good examples of how simple it is to clear these kind of angles. You're sticking out your little cap and they can see you before you even get a chance to shoot back. That spreads, yep.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, it's okay, they can stay in this.
Yeah, but it does imply that there could be a boost. Baiting the sound, Crimbo is not falling for these wicked games. Spotted, escaping.
Jeez, what is that made of?
Yeah.
Armored bloody car right there.
Adamantium.
So many nades coming their way. Busted and bruised to tzyzYan and Crimbo. You want to see a push from Faven, right? Like, he's the poor guy, right? His stats don't replicate the game. Well, don't speak of the game he's been having. All he's done this game is rotate A. That's all he's done.
Yeah,
this poor guy.
Oh, he's gone for the angle.
Not this again.
We're here again. This is how it started. This is how Crimbo's CT adventure started. tzyzYan just caught off. Oh, God, he could have it. He's just got to make sure he peeks more proactively. Wait for it, and Crimbo. They run boost. Perfect chance to strike. Axel immediately trades. tabseN's let it slip, and we look to be going to a second OT. It's only 9 seconds. Maybe syrsoN could win by virtue of the clock. He's not going to hit that wall bang. And Axel's not going to let him get away. We go again. Just like that, slate wipe clean. Not a second to think about it. You go straight back in as we reset. Still looking for an answer as to who shall take Vertigo. This time, however, players starting where they were just were. They'll be bringing the attack first.
Love to hear what Janko and Kassad think of that position Crimbo's used twice.
My statistical analysis is it's 100% of the time not worked.
It's just... Anyway, it doesn't matter. 18-18.
Yep, we'll come back to it.
I'll let the analysts lose their mind over that. I'll just lose my mind over the action as we surely at some point see something a little bit different, right, players? Or, alternatively, big, you take a risk. You push mid, you push B, you take some space. You make them feel flustered because right now they're able to execute A without any qualms whatsoever.
Ah, yes, of course. The Hobbit hole, I believe they call that spot.
What is he doing here? Is this him
You
being...
can't shoot my headshot.
Is that him being anti-flash or something? I don't know, maybe he was just having a chat.
No, but legit.
Can't get flashed if I can't see the flash.
Yeah, true.
Oh, up we go again.
Oh, man, I've seen this before, you know. I reckon I might have seen this for about 30 rounds. So.
It's a bit of a rerun here, right, isn't it?
They're really recycling the TV. Oh, syrsoN has just pipped a perfect gap. That I don't know how much is that just perception, but he's nailed it.
This is the remastered edition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remastered,
one they released on
director's
DVD.
cut,
Yeah, well, the director's cut is... We're already in the director's cut.
True. 18-18, and we start our MR3 12-5. So you do...
Something different.
See something different.
Going B.
Faven salivating.
He has to get a kill here. Surely. All he's done is jiggle.
All he's done is this, and then go A. Now he gets to do this and stay. I love the run boost that lands on the box. I know we're not getting it now.
As I think they're coming B.
Yeah, it feels different, feels weird, feels good for Faven. Double, maybe even a triple, because Inters has not got any hope here. Big Clan successfully deal with a very flaccid first round out of the players.
Okay, well, you know, keep trying the same thing over and over again, and it finally pays off for Faven. So, lucky boy. Gets a bit of action, doesn't just have to rotate. And realistically, that's one of the things where stats don't always tell the whole story of a game, right? You need the context of, oh, which bombs have them hitting time and time again. And going in and retaking a site when you're in a number disadvantage, that always sucks. That's never a fun position to find yourself in. So make sure you add that one to your little HL TV forum comments, guys. So here we go again. Magic number this time is 22 as Axel has been quickly forced on back. Smoke does the same to syrsoN, so the smoke and mirrors game continues, and that's a nice little scuttle on down. Anthony's taken a chunk of damage there, bullets and nade.
Tizian to be tested middle. They could boost. Hobbit implying he wants something. Staring at his teammate, but they are going for a mid to B split.
This is different again. They can leave syrsoN over towards the scaff position and rotate a 2-2 defense here.
Crimbo flashed in. Oh, but Hobbit was anti. Deliberate or not, it's a lot of pressure now. Faven, can you deliver? The answer's no. Axel Crosshair in the perfect place. Tizian trying to be the hero, and what a shot! He snaps into Shiro, keeps us in a competitive environment.
This is huge from Hobbit, though. This is the rotation. It's completely locked off here.
Missed his shot, did he? No, Hobbit's low. 4 HP, they're both low. You could use a USP, but tabseN's going to have so much to deal with here. If he can just be in the blind spot, maybe he can isolate Nafany. Oh, hello.
I mean, spotted.
Yeah, he gets it. And now, with a deep flash, he could progress a little deeper towards those B stairs. He's got all these nades. He's just picking them all up. Inters is going to burn if he's not careful. It will spread. Responds, gets the frag. They need to defuse, though. They need to defuse as soon as the flames fade. syrsoN down. tabseN holding. Hobbit's going to run him down in time. Oh, wow. What a way to finish. Hobbit 3. Everyone down and out in that round.
That grenade from tabseN onto Inters was perfect.
Yep.
It did so much damage.
He got 12 HP. The molly forces him forward. I mean, that was such a unique Counter-Strike round. I almost just want to watch it again in slow-mo, but yeah. How did Hobbit not get flashed was my first question. I didn't really get answers in the replay there.
Oh.
Like record-breaking queets.
Look, it's utility that wins this round, like almost completely there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that molly is what made so tabseN couldn't sit the defuse. Otherwise, he could have just stuck it. But here we go. Who's going to walk away with the round lead at half?
Hoo-wee.
Something's got to give, right?
Yeah, right.
Boy, tabseN has 693 utility damage and Inters has 800.
Sounded like you said 800.
800.
Wow.
802 to be precise.
Damn. I mean, I think anything close to 1,000 is usually the sign that you've had a crazy game. 800 in utility damage. 4 of them gathered here on ramp, so much more back to the standard playbook. Wow. Okay. syrsoN, well rehearsed on his clears. Catches Hobbit poking his head out of his front door.
They've just used some utility here, so they need to do something with that. I know that you heard the extinguish, but those nades to try and facilitate a bit more of an aggressive stance. syrsoN up, at least he's facing from this position. Might catch one off guard.
Oh, no. Daxal does go down, but Shiro catching Crimbo, and that's so perfect. Tizian just doing the dance. A double flashbang in the face of players, and it's cleaned up. 20-19. 2 CT rounds secured, so the bar's set for Big Clan.
Not only does Inters have 805 utility damage now, he has 29 effective flashes, and for tabseN he has 34. So they're doing a lot of utility work, these two. And they're both towards, well, I would say the top of the score, but we are in OT. Both players have a lot of frags here. 26 for Inters, 34 for tabseN. On the other side is aXar with 32. He's cooled off a little bit. Here we go.
Look at that flash. Just 2 of them with their hand above the face. Round lost on the back of a single $200 grenade played to perfection.
Number 22. If we go 21-21, we go again, and we'll have an ad break first before we get into OT number 3. So keep your eyes tuned, all peeled.
I hate the idea of peeling my eyes, to be honest. Last time syrsoN was firing off shots through the A ramp smoke, they all in B.
And last time they did this boost, it didn't work very well, but there was crap. 2 at B.
Hold your nerve.
So they've cleared close with those nades. Now he's up. He can scout quickly here.
Yeah, off the flash, surely. aXar fired off some shots. You know he's going to be close, but he does bide his time.
I don't know if aXar is aware that faveN's so close, but they're leaving him to lurk. They're not actually using this to execute.
This is like parking a player in Connector or Mirage and then hitting B.
I guess the thing is, maybe if faveN his footsteps, then he can go into the site and kill one in the back, but they need to pressure A, and time is the biggest issue. 35.
Oh, wait. If aXar goes any further, he could be susceptible. But they've got at least...
Too late. I feel like they have to go A.
Yeah, they're going now. Shiro's got a smoke for that. Boys, where you go at 20 seconds. Now faveN's got one of the 2. There's another
if they go back, aXar's still here.
aXar's there. faveN doesn't quite finish the job, and this is a weird one.
Round's over.
13 seconds, Big Clan. You've got to find a way in, and that's something, but the denial is still so imminent. You could just deny it. There it is. Yeah, Chad's not wrong. What a ugly state of affairs for Big Clan there. Is it easy to think to second guess yourself when it feels too easy to get into the site or too obvious?
I think the thing is, the thing that really stumbled across them there was that late sandbag smoke that was thrown, because it stalled them out. It was like, hold up, well, he's here, we don't have enough time to clear him, it's probably better if we just go B, and faveN got that kill. But yeah, like and it was Inters as the first frag, so I guess that makes him feel that maybe they were doing the setup where aXar was mid. We've already seen that, so it's not the worst of times, but it was a good play by players not to over-rotate, and here's players again. Nafany onto tabseN, in-game leader on in-game leader action. It feels like players now, that's the breakthrough they're looking for, right?
Yeah, opening kill from Nafany in the feed, and it's on to tabseN. I mean, he lives and dies by that opening maneuver. He's died 33 times. You know, there's testament to his commitment to the cause. Wow, Inter's long range spots out the boost all the way from CT. And so time to regroup, retool, and try and apply some sort of overcoming of the numbers disadvantage.
I think we're going to see a repeat of the last round because Syro and nafany are still in these forward positions. Syro's over towards Sandbag, nafany continuing to jiggle from top of Crane and ramp, and if they go B, it's the wombo combo of Inter's Axar with Hobbit ready to chip in. So I would quite comfortably call this 21 for players before even seeing the last 50 seconds of play here. They'd have to miss some shots.
Yeah. You can see the reactionary use.
Like 4 smokes, dude.
What he was waiting for, and Axar does immediately knock Faven on the floor. 1 through the smokes, not much to celebrate. Inters is still on default. Inters is gone from default. tisyGN catching him with the spray, but with 25 seconds left.
5 bullets.
5 bullets in that new weapon. And the bomb now down, but it's only syrsoN. He hits it just as the flash pops. Oh, he didn't catch a glimpse of him. He actually wormed into the smoke. Now he knows. And they do too. Elevated angle, he has to hit this first shot. No flash, and oh, he quick switched. It's not planted for him. It's not planted for him. It's not planted for him.
Oh, whoa, 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 okay. The knives are coming out there. The no-scope's not hitting, the knife does, but goes the other way. Syro will pick that one up, and now players just 1 round away. I think this is the first time they've actually been in this position, right?
I think Big have had 2 opportunities.
Yeah, so if I've been keeping track correctly, which I probably haven't, this is players' first opportunity to really close out the match here.
Great first shot out of syrsoN. I think the sobering reality once they got across that default. And a nice loud celebration, Harosh from nafany. Can they close it right here, right now? This has been a long first map of this series, and testament to how much is at stake. Big and players, both teams with the 1 win, 1 loss. Axile, they heard that.
Oh, he heard that.
See that? Yeah, careful. Your toes in your head, exposed. Faven's not having fun against Axile. Just a contrast in experience.
If you're going to be... Oh, there's another one back.
Whoa,
it's all falling apart. It's all over.
And oh, they've fallen over their shoelaces, Chad. They've got jam all over the face.
Ooh, it's been a long game. It's
such
been a hard-fought game.
But to lose it like this.
Yep, not the way you wanted it to go down.
tisyGN can try and change things. It's great to take Syro out of the equation. It's better to catch the rotation of Inters. nafany, however, is here to win the round, and I don't think Crimbo is going to be ready for this.
Oh, hasn't been cleared.
Yeah, that's nice, actually. Oh, tisyGN not clearing his corners, and so all resting on the rookie in a 1v4.
Well, Axar thought it was clear because nafany just was down there, right? So Crimbo, here it is. 3 more to find now. What do you got, young gun?
He's got a smoke. And he's been spotted. Great catch, ducks under the shot. Nice. Shaping up of a 1v4, taking the first 2. He knows they're going to be close. He'd love a plan, and that smoke should facilitate it. Nade could finish, and it does! Nasty way to go. A nice try, but there you go. Players will take the map. Vertigo was Big Clan's pick, and we do see it conclude in a double overtime affair. Big Clan will have to reset, retool, and get back on for Ancient. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure you are too.